How are you today?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, you're doing well. What about Michelle? How are you doing?
Kind of sick.
Kind of sick. Maybe it's because of the environment. The weather, yeah, weather conditions are terrible now. It's very cold and sometimes very hot. Yeah. So these changes hurt your health. Yeah, okay. The topic for today is how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? How can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? But I want to start this class by asking you a question. How often do you use the cell phone in the classroom? How often do you use the cell phone in the classroom? Danilo, how often do you use the cell phone in the classroom?
I think I use my cell phone almost always.
You use the cell phone in the classroom most of the time?
Yes.
Yeah, most of the time. Yes, Chris, how often do you use your cell phone in the classroom?
Really too, I use the cell phone almost all the time.
Almost all the time in the classroom. And do you think that is good?
It could be more, but sometimes teacher assign to us some task and we have to do it.
Yeah, so it depends upon the professor, all right? So what about Carlos? How often do you use the cell phone in the classroom?
Mostly I probably use it when I want to check the time or a message,
Yeah.
but I barely touch myself during class.
Yeah, all right. And what about you? How do you use the cell phone in the classroom?
The same case as my family, I use almost always, but I try to not use.
Yeah. Okay, remember that we have so far a little problem, right? That is the use of the cell phone in the classroom, but without any reason. Yeah, for this, we are going to watch a video, which is going to give you some tips on about how we can do in the classroom, we can use the cell phone, and what might be some advantages and disadvantages, all right? Let's watch the video. is a good video, right? So now you have an idea or a better idea of how we can use the cell phone adequately in the classroom. Yeah, but first, I want you to get in groups of, we have 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 6. Let's make only 2 groups, all right? I want you to get together by making a round table, here a round table with the 7 students, here a round table with the 5 students. And let's have a discussion, right? A discussion by trying to answer the question for today, that it is, how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? All right, so get together, please. Go in groups. Yeah, make a round table, please. Yes, make a kind of a round table. Small round. Yes. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right. There you are. Yes. Okay. Try to find one single answer in the group by responding to the question, how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? How we can do it? Yeah, come on. You have 3 minutes for this activity, right? Let's work in groups. Let me know if you have any question, right? Only one answer from the group. Only one answer from the group.
So, do you guys agree or disagree about cell phones being used in just
not for chatting
It's
or
not good?
looking
Okay.
at
You,
the hour or something like that.
I think that we have to use the cell phone just for
against you are
I think that it depends on the case because sometimes there are students that use cell phones all the time and they don't pay attention to their teachers.
okay, so you are against as well? You do?
I'll say I'm in favor because I don't think cell phones make a difference in the development of the students.
So you're not against, okay?
Mhm.
And you, what about you, Mabel?
I agree with Erika because cell phones helps you to improve something that you have to research about important.
Okay. How about you, Nisha?
I think that maybe it depends on the age of the students. For example, in lower levels like a high school, maybe students shouldn't be allowed to use the cell phone, but for example in upper levels like university, I think it's the use of cell phone should be allowed because they can look for information or maybe they have important business.
Okay, I agree with Misha and with the other ones that said that cell phones, it doesn't like restrict learning, because I would say, well, once you have that tool, like cell phones are as used as a tool, they allow you to like learn new things. For instance, like definitions that the teacher cannot explain to you, you look it up on the phone and then you understand it. And I would say that if we use cell phones in the classroom, I would say with restrictions. For instance, here in university, we cannot access certain websites, so I would say that would help a better use of the cell phone in a way. So not telling them that you can't use a cell phone, but with those restrictions, it would be better.
Yeah?
We have the answer.
All right, great. So now, in the group, get only one answer, all right? Only one answer. This is going to be group number 1. You come to the board and write your response here, okay? You write your response over here. Group number 2 is going to write the response over here, all right? Yeah. Group number 1. Ready? Okay. One of you come to the board and write your response. Great. Please. Response number 1. Mhm. Remember that is, mhm.
Yes to well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next student, please go to the board to write the second response. We have the first response. Cell phones could be used in classroom. Yeah? Okay.
All rules agree that cell phones must be used to search information
Uh-huh.
when the teacher, obviously when the teacher assigns it to the students.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, okay.
Assign.
Yeah, all right. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's analyze. Remember that the question is, how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? Yeah. And then we have for answer number 1, cell phones could be used in classroom. Yes, they could be used in classroom, but however, there should be some restrictions to use it. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, you have to agree too. Especially with the students like children, because they don't know how to use it properly. That's excellent. That's right answer. And then in answer number 2, we have that we could use the cell phone to search for information. Yes, that's right. Except, well, if you need maybe to make a call in an emergency, yeah, but remember, we should use the cell phone just for academic purposes only. Academic purposes, yes, because if not, you are going to have kind of a distraction, yeah, and you cannot concentrate in the classroom. Yes? So these 2 responses, we can put it together in only one. Remember, the answer 4, how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom, is that we should use the cell phone in the classroom just for specific purposes, academic purposes, all right? You need maybe to look up a word in your dictionary, your electronic dictionary, maybe the teacher is going to, the teacher has prepared the class, yeah, for you to use the cell phone to search for information. Yeah, that's right. Well, okay, to finish the class, we are going to have a quiz, yeah, just to verify how you are with today's class, yes? I'd like you to take one sheet of paper and pass the others around to your partners, please. One sheet of paper. Okay. Write your name, the date for today, 2nd July. Okay, yeah. Now, question number 1. Find the response, please. You can work collaboratively. Yes, you can work collaboratively.
Concentration.
Using
Yeah, one more minute. Ah, extras?
Yeah, extras.
Thanks. Okay, yeah. So, do you finish? Yeah, all right. So now let's review the responses for this quiz. Yeah, I want students one by one to read the complete statement, all right, by filling in the blank with the right response. Yeah. For number 1, volunteer for number 1? Yes, sir. Number 1.
The cell phone is suitable for academic purposes.
Great. For number 2? Yes.
Students lose concentration when they use the cell phone in class without a purpose.
Yes, that's all right. For number 3? Yes, number 3.
Avoid using the cell phone in the classroom.
Perfect, perfect. Number 4? Yes.
Follow the instructions to gain teachers' confidence.
Yes. Number 5? Yes, number 5.
Take out your cell phone when the teacher asks you for only.
Yeah, ask you for, yes, only. So remember, only for academic purposes. All right? Yes. Great. So now, to conclude with our session today, I have to remind you what we learned today about the question, how can we use the cell phone adequately in the classroom? And I'd like you to expand this knowledge today. So it's not going to be only for you. You should communicate, you should talk with your partners, you should talk with your siblings, you should talk with your community, and tell them what is a good idea or how to use the cell phone adequately in the classroom. Remember, not only for you. So we can expand this knowledge. Yes? So do you have any questions about today's session? No? All right, very good. So thank you very much. Goodbye.